Interesting.
I want to think about
This
that.
is definitely a like father, like son story. Our guest now is Adjutant of the 2nd Battalion with the JCCF, Captain Kevon Stevenson, and he's here to tell us how his father influenced his career path. Captain, morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having
It's
me.
the conversation off here was
Yeah.
So let's bring this to the people of Jamaica.
Yes, indeed.
Why the JCCF for you?
For me, pretty much when I started out as a youngster in primary school, I didn't know much about cadet force, but what I knew was that my father was a soldier at the time. He was serving in the Jamaica Defense Force. And so there was that interest, as well as my mother would from time to time come home and she'd tell me how she would see the cadets on the Winston Jones Highway and they would be climbing up the mountain and all of that. So I was intrigued, and of course I would see my father in his uniform looking smart and so on. I'd say to myself that is something I would definitely want to do. So what clinched it for me was one morning I went to Mandeville and I saw some young cadets. It was one summer and they were in their uniforms. They looked quite smart and I said I would want to
So it's
be
a
in that
uniform grab
Really
you.
the uniform.
That's why I went to Immaculate.
It's a uniform?
It's a uniform grab me. So I
Yes,
understand.
yes,
I
indeed.
do.
But as soon as you get it, you realize that it's a lot different.
Your title, Adjutant.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, the adjutant is really the principal staff officer for the commanding officer of the battalion. And the adjutant is really responsible for keeping the standards and to ensure that the wishes of the commanding officer is carried out, and all members of the force or the battalion comply with the orders given.
Well, you said earlier that your dad was a part of the JDF.
Yes, he
Why
was.
did you choose the JCCF as opposed to the JDF?
Well, as soon as I was able to become a part of something military or paramilitary, of course, the natural path was cadet. And having served in the cadet force, I developed a passion. Because before you join, you don't necessarily know what you're getting into. It's when you actually get in and you realize that there is this development aspect to it, personal development. You're able to now speak in public and so on. I was a shy youngster when I joined, and so I developed certain skills for public speaking and leadership and so on. And then I thought that because I was able to develop in this way, I think I wanted to try to impart some of that to youngsters. And
So
so I
you
never
stuck
looked.
with where
yes,
you
I never
entered.
looked in the direction of the JDF.
And you mentioned about specialized training in different areas. For yourself, you're a criminologist.
Yes, indeed.
So how does that work? How do I decide? Or is it that the commanding officer, whoever's at the helm, decides what I get to specialize in?
Well, when you join, you join as all cadets are trained in infantry skills. So it's the marching, the navigation, land navigation, and so on. If you are a part of a specialized unit, for example, if you join the Marines, then of course you would be taught those skills. But then if you feel the need or the desire to go into the direction of music, you may join the band.
Yeah.
If you feel you want to do aviation, you may apply for
I think
a course
though, what Exxon was asking is it a situation where I can choose where I go, or do you guys then tell us where I'm best suited?
Based on our skill sets.
Right.
Oh, as adults?
Right.
Yeah, man, as
Yes. Oh, as an adult, of course, the first assessment is your skill sets, and then we would decide where best to place you. But you can always ask
Yeah, but you might
to
not
be
get
placed.
it.
You may not, but usually we try to place persons where they can best serve.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So like Sakina, who media personality, she comes in,
Yes.
does basic training, and then you assign her as...
We could put
So-
her in the PR unit.
population.
Okay,
because
and
that's her
I'd have to learn the
skill set.
infantry.
Well, not too much, but
Okay.
just enough to allow you to operate and to function
Properly.
as a cadet.
So we put our uniform in a shame, you know.
Yes, indeed. We must all look smart in
Right.
our uniform, yes, and
Okay.
represent well.
Got it.
Yeah, and you've been involved for over 10 years.
Yes,
now,
indeed.
and you got your Masters of Science in the UK.
Yes.
How can youngsters benefit in that respect from the JCCF?
One of the unique things about the cadet force is that you come into this organization where there are so many professionals from different fields, and so we are not short on mentors. Strong men, strong women in society who are leaders in their field, and so you may feel inclined to want to emulate some of these persons. If you have not developed an interest for yourself, you may speak to these persons. They will tell you that this is a good area to get into. But above that, really, are the skills that the cadet force provide. Help you to develop your discipline, to study, and to want to be your best self, really.
You mentioned discipline, and something just crossed my mind. I work with youngsters at Wolmer's and different schools. Do you think the JCCF is doing enough to connect to these young men and young women who feel disenfranchised from society?
What's important to note here is that the cadet force is not a boot camp necessarily. So it is an organization that teaches discipline, and it opens its doors to persons from all backgrounds. So we have the youngsters from Wolmer's, from all the different schools
from
you
Manchester.
can think of, from Manchester, different schools that you can think about. What we do, the training, the disciplinary aspect of the training, that aspect of the training helps to mold individuals. So if you come in with a disciplinary problem, we help you to deal with the problem, but we are not running a program where we are saying we want all the bad boys.
Yeah, it's not a boot camp.
No, it's not. But the training helps to develop discipline. And of course, we try to reach as many youngsters as possible. Right now we are expanding the force. We are trying to double the numbers from 3,000 to 6,000 in the next few years. So that is one of the ways we are trying to reach all the youngsters. We have now formed an additional 7 battalions. So as at the 1st of November, we have 14 battalions in all the parishes.
And new colours as well.
New colours, and we'll have a parade tomorrow where we will be receiving our force colours. It starts at 2:30, so we are inviting all the persons who can to come. It will be in Up Park Camp. So we are expecting persons to be seated by 2:30. The parade will be reviewed by His Excellency, the Governor General. So that promises to be a good show tomorrow.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for
Adjutant
having
of
me.
the 2nd Battalion with the JCCF, Captain Kevon Stevenson.
And who said soldiers don't have any fun? They have a band, of course, and one of his members, Lance Corporal Theodore Reed, is here to blow us away on the sax.
Literally.
Literally.